touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 70 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now this guy can be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss. Here's Goff. He'll find Williams on the slant. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Goff now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. Play action. It's Goff. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, what a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick six, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. And when you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for two. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. 14. And they'll send Williams in motion right. From the gun, here's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to throw, Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
He'll buy some time right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
To throw is Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. A final shot before break here. Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. And now how about this? They'll go for 2 and try to get to the locker room with a tie ball game. Try to run it in with Montgomery. But he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They go play action with Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So he stopped for no gain. 3rd and 7 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive in the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. Down the sideline he goes. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
After the interception, here's Goff. Complete to right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Brock Wright, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 5. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Jackson now. Got his target. That's Kohler. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Fights out the tackle at the 20. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw is Goff. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches say. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Throwing again is Goff. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now Goff. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Now it's Goff. Wright's got it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Goff now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point attempt to come here. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This is first and 10. Now Jackson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Here comes second down. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his under pressure again, and down he goes again. There's Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
Just wanna be sedated all night long. I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that is complicated. She's like I just wanna be sedated all night long. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. It's like a hurricane when she comes around. She comes around. She burns her words into my skin. It kills me slowly. She holds me in her arms, her hands, the same. I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that it's complicated. She's like and I just wanna be sedated all night long. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown. It's like a hurricane when she comes around.
It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And here we go from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Play fake, it's Love. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped on the play by big Chris Jones. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Drill, 52. Set, ready.
From the 38. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.